KLIF News and Information time is 7:21. Well, we all want a good date night, right? We look at our spouses or significant others, and we need time away.
Those bad date nights are killers.
And I always look, and I'm always thinking of ideas, and I'm always like, our dinner and a movie. Well, that gets boring after a while. And that's the exact problem that Sherri Tilley had with her husband. So she created a website called theflashlist.com.
I thought you were going to say so she dumped him.
No. So she could get other great ideas on what to do for date night.
Good.
And Sherri joins us now live. Good morning, Sherri.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So tell us about theflashlist.com. You told me that it grew out of your own frustrations with what to do on date night, right?
That's right. My husband he still is a serial entrepreneur, and we were working very hard all week. And I asked him one day what I could do for him, and he said, you know what, why don't you just plan us some activities for the weekend? Why don't you be sort of the cruise director for our life and figure out what we're going to do on the weekends? Oh. And I found myself just at a loss and sort of perusing through a lot of directory listings and trying to figure out what was fun. And so we just sort of developed this personal local entertainment bucket list that we kept on an Excel spreadsheet, and eventually it grew into the local online entertainment guide that it is today. So we published some of the fun date night options in Dallas and Fort Worth, as well as some of the really great annual events and top tourist attractions throughout the entire state.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm going to have to remember your husband's reply. Next time this becomes a problem at home, I'll just say, honey, you're so good at planning things. Why don't you do it all? And I'll just go along with, because I'm going to go along with anything anyway, just cut to the chase. So anyway, I'm sorry, what kind of events and activities will we find in the Flash List?
Well, what we say in our house is we cover circus to symphony. And while we cover a wide spectrum of activities from arts and dining to music and sports, we don't list everything that you could do in the city. Rather, we narrow down those possibilities to a more manageable list of the unique events and fun things to do that you definitely should consider doing. But even more importantly than that, we then help you navigate those venues with how-to tips and photos and reviews and suggestions, because ultimately we hope to be a trusted source to help people who want to become involved in the community. For instance, say you've always wanted to attend an opera, but you've never done it before. We'll help you. We'll tell you what operas are coming up at the Windspear, which ones are good for first-timers. We'll tell you where to park, when to clap and not to clap, what type of clothing is appropriate, and where to sit, because sitting on the front row is not always the best when you're attending an opera. And
a lot of times that's intimidating to go to something like that when you don't know.
Exactly. I remember one day we were schlepping around the Meyerson just because we had gotten used to being there and because we'd been so many times, and I thought everybody should feel this way. And I have a great amount of respect, and certainly we were dressed up when we were there, but I thought everybody in our city should feel comfortable in our arts venues and in our entertainment venues. And like you said, it is very intimidating to people, and I don't want it to be that way. And so all of our information is perfectly free. There's no subscription fee whatsoever to the Flash List or to the newsletter, so people can easily access the information.
One thing that you have for date ideas, you have like themes, like the retro flashback. Can you tell me what that's about?
Exactly. I love that one. It is an option of flashback because that's sort of our demographic. Like my husband and I are beyond the age of being interested in sort of raving until 4 a.m. at a nightclub. So we were kind of looking for different ideas like that. But the retro flashback theme might include maybe a trip to a retro candy shop, or maybe some Pop Rocks or a Chick-a-Stick, and then maybe a concert by Dallas-based 80s tribute band. And there's one called Blaze of Glory, which is a Bon Jovi tribute band that happens to be performing next week at the Dallas Arboretum as part of their Cool Thursday concert series. And that is a fantastic venue. That's a great event. You just take your blanket, your picnic, you sit out on the hill by the lake and listen to a band. I think they have food trucks there now. We haven't been there since they've done that, but I think they're doing that now. So that's a great invite.
Well,
and
Sherri, I've got to say, all kidding aside, I've spent a lot of time trying to find things for us to do, looking for a theater, looking for restaurants, and this is the most comprehensive, most complete website of its type that I've ever seen anywhere. It's fascinating and certainly very helpful. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoy it. Well, we have a lot of great events on there that you've seen that are coming up, and that's sort of key to the Flash List, is just the revolving annual events that happen every year. And so we have Fair Park Sparks this weekend. It might be a little bad weather for that. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But there are a lot of indoor options as well. The Dallas Symphony Orchestra has the Saluna International Music and Arts Festival going on in the Arts District this weekend as well. That's a 3-week brand new annual event. And that's really fantastic. They have all sorts of visual artists and performing artists with that. And then Wildflower in Richardson is coming up, and they're going to have Pat Benatar, Kansas, Blue October, 38 Special, Everclear. That's always a fantastic festival.
Very cool. Well, thanks, Sherri, for your time this morning. And the website is called theflashlist.com, and Sherri Tilley is the creator of that website.
Yeah, that's great.
Pat Benatar's coming. I love Pat Benatar. I got to go to that.